Shwmae pawb, hello everybody, welcome back to Wales in the Movies on the vlog. Croeso nôl i Wales in the Movies ar y vlog. As you may have noticed, the Welsh Twitter sphere has gone a bit doolally this afternoon, and the reason is this. The latest Marvel film, Black Panther, has depicted Wales as an independent nation state within the United Nations. This is absolutely massive. Right, before I drone on about what this means and the symbolism and the importance and all that, let's have a look at the internet chronology of how this went down over the last couple of days. First of all, we had a tweet from a man called David Blunden. I believe this was yesterday afternoon, so Thursday afternoon, Thursday the 15th of February, and it said, "Did anyone else spot the Welsh flag at the end of Black Panther? The scene where they go to the UN. Nice to be recognised as a sovereign state, brackets, even if it's in a fictional film." So what happened then was that I responded saying this is massive, and then quoted this guy's tweet saying, "No, I haven't seen this." That in turn tweet was responded to by a man called Rhys Davis, who said, "It's in the far right at the side of this picture," and then provided a screen grab of the scene in question. And if you have a look at this picture, you can definitely see our beautiful red dragon, a Draeth Goch, taking its rightful place at the family seat of nations next to such countries as it looks like the Netherlands and Japan, and then over the other side you've got United States and I believe Australia also. Well, we could talk about this for ages, but before we do so, let's have a look at the responses that this screen grab, this tweet got. A lady called Catherine Williams responded saying, "Hi Reese, this is Brill. Do you mind if we use the screen grab for a Wales online piece?" And they have. They've done a story on it today, as have Nation Cymru and even BBC Newsbeat. I responded to Catherine saying, "I hope you comment that this means that in the MCU, Wales is fully independent and has parallels with Wakanda, i.e. they're formerly colonised, rich in untapped natural resources, and they prefer to remain invisible to the world." So Wakanda is the fictional African country in which this film is set, and they hide themselves from the rest of the world, and they're in possession of the world's most valuable and useful resource, which is a metal called vibranium. Anyway, I got an interesting response from an account called Black Economics, who says, "Wakanda was never colonised, but we understand your joy. Respect," and I'm glad for the empathy there. We also got a good one from Danny Osmond saying, "How do you think I feel? I'm of African Welsh heritage." Good for you, man. I bet you feel buzzing, because I'm buzzing pretty damn hard about this. A very interesting one from Nyla N. Brown, who said, full name Nyla N. Brown, Wakandan Cheetah Diva, and she said, "That was so cool. I totally get it when you feel represented." And again, thanks for the empathy. And I'm starting to get where you're coming from too. And the most interesting tweet comes from Lee Jones, who says, "ILM did the special effects on Black Panther, and Lucasfilm's general manager is Lynwen Brennan, who's originally from Pembrokeshire, so I suspect this is someone sucking up to their boss." Maybe, but maybe it was Lynwen herself who placed this flag in the frame of Black Panther, and I really hope that it was, because this touches on something that I've talked about, I've ranted about for years on the Twitter page and on this channel, which is this is a person of influence on the ground fighting to represent Wales on the big screen, and this is what we need more of. Ireland does this a lot, Scotland does this a lot, Wales never does this, and if it's her putting the Draeth Goch in Black Panther, this is fantastic work, really, and we need much more of this, because Wales needs representation more than ever, and this is exactly what we need. It's gone a bit crazy today, like I said, all the news outlets are running stories on it, and I think this is pretty unprecedented in terms of the history of Wales in Hollywood to see us. It's the context which is so important. There's been Welsh dragons in films before, there's been Welsh flags in films before, there's been Welsh characters in films before, not many of them, but they've been there. But it's the context of this which is so important. They are depicting Wales as an independent nation state in the UN. That is very, very important, and it's such an appropriate movie for this to happen, because this film paints Africans and black people like no other film I've seen, and in terms of its representation of women, I think it is a stronger representation of women, I think, than Wonder Woman, which has been hailed as the kind of flagship for women in superhero films. So it's a great film for this to happen, and there are so many parallels with Wakanda and Wales that it's really quite spooky. Also, Marvel have got form for this. They've got a character in their comics called Adroedd Gork, the Welsh dragon, who's noted as the protector of Wales. They've also got a character in the X-Men comics called Pixie, also known as Megan Gwyn, who's from a fictional mining town. And I think we need to kind of be motivating them to put these characters in the movies as well. If we could get Megan Gwyn, Pixie, in an X-Men film, that would be amazing. And if we could get Adroedd Gork, for example, the Red Dragon, in a future Thor film, that would do so much for the pride, the spring in the step of the Welsh people to see their country and their nationality represented in such big films, because Scotland and Ireland get this sort of treatment all the time by Hollywood, and Wales never does. In terms of the scene itself, it's almost like a cliche, a movie cliche and a trope to have a scene at the UN. I can show you a scene from Superman, The Quest for Peace here. I can show you a scene from Team America here, both of which get it wrong and make the classic unfortunate North American mistake of thinking that the UK and England are interchangeable, which is grossly offensive for us in Wales, them up in Scotland and those over in Northern Ireland. Batman in 1966 gets it right. It's not what I want to see. I want to see this in Black Panther, but at least Batman in 1966 got it right by noting us as the United Kingdom. My questions to you watching are these. If you support Welsh independence like I do, how does this make you feel? It makes me feel great to see that we're finally getting recognised in some way as our own country and our own place without being hidden by that silly Butcher's Apron Union Jack flag. If you don't support an independent Wales, if you're anti-independence of Wales, I'm going to ask you again, how does this make you feel? Are you a Welsh person? How does it make you feel to see this flag in this film, in the UN, taking such a prominent place at this table? Surely it must give you a little bit of a buzz. If it does give you a little bit of a buzz, I want you to explore that feeling and take it through to its natural conclusion, because so many people who are proud to be Welsh reject the idea that we should run our own affairs as some type of barbaric anomaly, and that really isn't the way it should be for a country where sanity ruled. I remember in the European Championships a couple of years ago in the football, people felt so great to see Wales represented on that world stage. So my questions to you, if you support independence or if you don't support independence, are how does this make you feel? Also, if you've got any other examples of Wales being depicted as an independent nation state in works of fiction, I want you to write them down in the comments section. The only one I can think of is in the Jasper Fforde series of novels, which notes Wales as the Socialist Republic of Wales. Anyway, please keep an eye on this story. I believe that the BBC, of all people, have asked Marvel Studios to comment on how this happened, and I think we should do as much as possible to keep retweeting this, to keep the story going, and to keep our communication with Marvel going, because one day hopefully we can see a Welsh character in one of their superhero films, and that will again really up us in terms of representation. I've been Nick, diolch yn fawr am gwylio, thanks for watching Wales in the Movies, and I'll see you soon. Ta-da!